Loading. Loading. Alright, so just to show how badly I have been goofing up on these streams. So last time we ended with me killing Malthael, and I grabbed the bounty chest from that. But what I didn't grab was I didn't actually grab the bounty turn-in. So yeah, that happened. That's 2 nice big bags of loot gone forever. Never to be seen again. So yeah, so I am a little bit behind because of that. But hopefully we'll make it up pretty quickly. Between the various loot that I will get as things get better. The big thing that probably I missed will be missing is the crafting ingredients that I would have gotten from those turn-ins, those Herodic Ashes. As well as... oh, well, still is enough damage to kill one of them. Yay, Legendary Ring! Let's see what we got. Oh, it's a nasal ring. Okay, this is gonna make everything go a lot faster now. That is legitimately one of the best early game items you can find. So, for those of you not familiar with nasal ring, it spawns these little guys. These are fallen fanatics. They like to run into things and explode. So, the great thing about nasal ring is that the strength of the fanatic is based off of your monster level. So... or I should say what used to be called monster level. It's based off of the level of the monsters that are spawning in the given areas. So the fanatics are always on par with the enemies that you're fighting. That means that their damage is always excellent, no matter what level you happen to be.
I heard rumors of Zakarum warriors called Crusaders. While the natives were most reticent, I was able to deduce that this order was founded 200 years ago, just as Rakis took his army of paladins west. But the
end result is that you can keep your nasal ring all the way through your leveling experience, and it will continue to do worthwhile damage. See, he just killed a champion unique, or a champion monster in a single hit. He is going to make boss fights so much easier. And you can get, I believe it's up to 4? I really do want Steed, though. I miss travel spells. I miss them so badly. But that's okay. I'll get my travel spell soon enough. Also getting a lot of blues when I really want yellows. I mean, obviously, legendaries would be the best thing to get, but it's a lot easier to customize your yellows at this time. Oh, I'm really missing the travel spells. Yeah, another champion pack. Fanatic just dropped 3 champions for me.
I require more wrath.
So what I'm doing, Bill, is I'm playing in what is called adventure mode. It's the most efficient way to level up a seasonal hero. So, no, this is not the beginning of the game. This is actually Act 3, and I can go to any of the acts and fight the bosses. However, from here, the act that I'm going to want to go to will be determined by whatever's got the bonus bounty currently. I should probably switch those back, to be perfectly honest. I actually really like Shield Glare.
Not enough wrath.
Iron Skin is definitely probably the better hardcore mode pick. But, I don't know, I just... A, I want to use the skills that I most enjoy using, and B, it'll probably be more interesting if I'm using more active skills than, like, Shield Glare. Or, sorry, than Iron Skin, I mean. Shield Glare is a more active skill. Thank you, Fanatic! From this point on, the rest of this playthrough can pretty much be labeled, thank you, Fanatic. Ooh, curse chest. Always do these. Always do these. So, the main goal at this point in playing a game of Seasons should basically be to level up your character. And because they've tried their best to make most forms of leveling relatively equal, with the exception of playing through the original story. The original story is by far the slowest way of leveling. It behooves you probably, in my opinion, and I know there are those who disagree with me on this one, that you want to do bounties until you get to level 70. Yes, you can continue to level by doing things like... Did I really clear it already? I didn't notice the ding. Oh well. You can continue to do things like... no, it's saying it's not cleared. What's going on here? Clear the battlefield stores out. I'm not in the right dungeon. Well, actually, it's closer if I do this. Wow! I often feel... I know I'm a noob at this, but I often do feel like my streams are becoming an example of how not to stream.
My wrath is low.
Ah, that's a good point.
I require more wrath.
I may have gone in the wrong dungeon, but I got a natial ring for it. This is also not where I need to be, but the cursed chest event is just as valid of a place. But anyway, as I was saying, so I personally think currently that bounties win out for leveling content because they let you stack up Kanai's cube mats. And Kanai's cube mats are kind of a big deal. So, what I will probably do is I will probably actually run like an alternation of bounties and thank you, Fanatic. But I'll probably run an alternation of bounties and regular rifts.
I require more wrath.
So basically what it'll do is I'll run bounties until I've basically cleared mats for each act. I've gotten a stack of bonus mats for each act, and then I'll probably do some riffs. And that should keep the content that I'll be streaming fairly varied. This is where I was supposed to go.
Like chaff before the wind.
Also, hopefully this time I will not close the game before I've gotten my cash. I'm just going downstairs. Alright, because now I actually do have to kill all the enemies. One of the things I do need a little bit more discipline on is when I choose to get into fights. I come from a much older school of playing. He says after just finishing a stream of playing Baldur's Gate, where doing full clears is almost always beneficial to you.
Like chaff before the wind.
I mean, I still remember doing pit runs in Diablo 2. But yeah, that was my primary style for a long time, was until I was geared enough to do boss runs, I would do full clears. Like, especially when I was first playing through all the content, I would full clear everything. But when doing bounties, by far your best way of proceeding and the most efficient way of getting experience and getting loot is not to do full clears. It's to focus on your bounties. The same is not as true for rifts. But even then, your focus on rifts should be on killing uniques and champions. There they are. Hey! And we're ending on champion pack. Whee! That is potentially a time when the Fanatic actually could be bad for me. I also like occasionally breaking things too. So it's one of those things where I've got to really knuckle down and break that habit of just clearing everything entirely. It'll make this probably much more entertaining, because then you get to watch some trailing monsters behind me in hardcore mode. Stop it. Here, we'll do it this way. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the stun. No, we're still for the most part leveling. I'm gonna switch to onslaught. Eventually, though, I'm gonna want the stun instead. See what we got. We already know we got the nasal ring because I equipped it already. We'll take you. Oh, we'll take you. Grab that one. Oh, that's just an all-around upgrade. Guess what? You get an upgrade now. Hand me down for you. This might be an upgrade.
This will help.
Nah, I prefer damage right now. So we got a generic kill. This is basically a hunting bounty. Is always in. Most of the bounties follow very similar patterns. So this is a hunting bounty where I've got to find a particular enemy and slay it. But in the process, I also need to slay plenty of Hell's Legions too. So this is one of those cases where I do get to just unwind and just kill everything without having to worry about being in a hurry to get somewhere. Oh, hi. I didn't even notice. I actually got a new skill. We'll have to switch that to a more appropriate slot. Alright. And the arrow of guidance is showing us our target. Of course, this is Rakkus' Crossing. There's really only one place the target can be, and that's forward. We'll ignore the other quest for now. I know what that quest is. It's kind of a taking this out of the way quest, so. I will say it now, and I will say it probably till the end of this character, because more than likely this character will end one day. I like to consider myself pretty good at all of the Diablo games. But I am not so good or confident as to say that my hardcore characters are never going to die. So, the Kanai's quest cube is to come here. Or, sorry, Kanai's cube quest is to actually come here. But most of the people that I follow for this game, who I consider to kind of be experts, all, for the most part, recommend not actually doing the Kanai's quest until you get max level, is when you're going to be using the cube for the most anyway. Because, after all, you can't actually use the cube unless you've got mats for it. So it's better to just focus on leveling and benefit from getting those mats in the meantime. I am fighting for the fight. I have to admit, I am slightly worried about this location. I encountered a champion pack the first time I came here, playing on hard mode, that definitely gave me a nice run for my money. But I've got a nasal ring, so I'm not too worried about it now.
Dearly for each of our deaths.
I love the ethereal barbarian ghost running around. Oh boy. I've apparently, lost all sense for managing my wrath. But then again, to be fair, it has actually been a while since I played a Crusader, which is another reason I chose this one. And here are our barbarian friends to rescue.
Please free me from this miserable cage.
This is one of the experts in, or if you can call him an expert, in the monsters and regions of Sanctuary. A lot of times he actually doesn't know what he's talking about, but for the most part his stuff is useful. Okay, this will actually complete the bounty for me. Whoa! That's bad. That's very bad. I didn't even see that one.
We had no idea there were still other warriors in this world.
I believe things are in order, as we just rescued you. Though I'm surprised barbarians.
That's an interesting little area there.
Easily. Ha.
Whoa,
Tending
cool.
to the wounds we earned, slaughtering cannibals when we were set up.
It's
on
not,
Rakkus'
literally not on the map.
You have earned my protection.
Nice sneaky blizzard.
The enemies of my people need killing.
Oh, another one of these styles. So the Barbarian Rescue, which is a throwback to Diablo 2 that I much appreciate, is styled in a style that every act has one of these, where basically it's find an objective, kill all the enemies in the objective. And then close the objective, or deal with the objective. Blessed Hammer, I am very happy that they hammered in, I guess is the only way, because I don't know, has anyone come up with a good moniker for a hammer using Crusader? Like, seriously. I mean, Hammader? Hammered in is just way, way catchier in my opinion. So, but I'm very happy that there is now a hammered in build. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's the one. There's at least one build in Season 4 that is only viable if you get a unique that you can only get in Season 4. So, I can't remember if Hammerden was one of them. I think it might be. So, I'm definitely going to be looking for that particular unique. Preferably 2 copies so I can socket one into Kanai's Cube, in addition to having one to use. So now this is going to spit out a bunch of monsters. I'm going to throw a bunch of hammers to cut them down real quickly. And then we close the demon gate. Here's a goblin. Come here, goblin. You cannot run from me. I have my movement skill. Come on. Thank you. Thank you, Fanatic. Oh, yeah, this is one of the ones that split. Oh, click the goblin. Oh, good, I got him. Oh, crap, they're in different directions. Come on, click the goblin. I think the other one... Okay, the other one split again.
Not yet.
I love these freaking goblins. This is still not as much fun as chasing after all the various goblins in... Oh, they're going left. Okay, that one I got at least. I got them to the point where they were only going to portal. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Creepy, tortured giant things. Sexy spider lady.
What? I thought we understood each other.
You can see the nasal ring really helps with that fight.
I'm overburdened.
You can come back for those in a moment. Yeah, because I'm loaded up. Alright. Alright, with that slightly anticlimactic boss fight, I think we will call that the end of this stream. Thank you everyone for joining me, especially if you stuck through both streams. Hey guys, it's Divine Erdrick. If you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more content coming soon. You can also follow me at twitch.tv/derdrick or on Twitter at Divine Erdrick. Thanks again.